Hey, Shalom. I'm going to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Kakodash. Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father in ancient Hebrew. Yahweh Shai is the true name of his only God and Son. Double honors to the elders, the apostles, great millstone, and rule well. Repeat and salutations to the elect of the nation of Israel. The true Hebrew Israelites of the Bible are the so-called Negroes, so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Americans, as well as Israelite foreigners that may look like the other nations but believe it's true. This world should call out here again to preach and prophesy the words of the Bible, which include the downfall of America, Babylon the Great, World War III, and terrors coming upon the earth at the hand of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, ultimately leading to the return of our Lord, our Messiah, our King Yahushai, so-called black man coming back in angelic form in the chariots, so-called UFOs, to destroy Esau and his kingdom and to bring the kingdom of the children of Israel. Let's start with the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16. This is what we're looking forward to, is salvation. There's a great salvation, a great salvation and a great destruction coming. The great salvation is for the children of Israel, specifically the elect, the remnant of Israel. And as pursuing Isaiah chapter 10, around verse 20 and 21. The great destruction is for the Edomites, the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of, the descendants of Esau. And the destruction is also for the rest of you heathen nations and you wicked Israelites, you two-thirds. The two-thirds Israelites outside of the elect. And that salvation is for the elect, starting with that 144,000, the brothers out there teaching this word. We're singing this new song, which is this 100% true doctrine. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, and verse 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, said the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that it shall no more be said, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into the land that I gave unto their fathers. And so there was that great deliverance out of ancient Egypt. The Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai delivered the children of Israel out of ancient Egypt. So no more shall they say, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai delivered the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But they shall say, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai delivered, that brought up the children of Israel, delivered the children of Israel from the land of the north. And all the lands have been scattered. The land of the north is America. And we've also been scattered, pursuant to Deuteronomy the 28th chapter, and many other books as well. The Israelites have been scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. So the new salvation, it shall no more be said, the Lord delivered the children of Israel from ancient Egypt, but from the land of the north. Showing you that it's going to be a greater salvation than even ancient Egypt. That's the times that we're in. And there's always two sides of the coin. The salvation comes for the elect, but the destruction comes for the two-thirds of our people, the heathen, and especially Edomites, the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of. Let's read this again. So there's a great salvation of the children of Israel coming, but the wicked of our people just want to stay stuck in Babylon, stay in the ways of Esau, the man who put us in slavery. Our people don't want to repent to the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai in truth and sincerity. And they're going to find out when all hell breaks loose in biblical proportion, which is already starting. And it's going to happen in America. America is going to be the main place for this Babylon the Great in the Bible. Now, but this is also the place of the salvation for the children of Israel from the land of our captivity. Read this again. Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, said the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that it shall no more be said, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. So that's the great salvation that's coming. mainly from the land of the north, which is America, Babylon the Great. And at the same time in that salvation is going to be destruction. And who's going to save us? The Lord Yahushua, coming back in the chariots, the so-called UFOs, which are going to shoot laser beams of fire. And it's good to say the Lord Yahushua will come back with fire. Let's actually grab that one. Luke. Showing you the two sides of the coin. The Lord Yahushua is coming with fire, destruction, and salvation, like we just read. So any Israelite that's not with that salvation, then you're going to be destroyed with this place. That should be the main focus. Not on hoes or money or any things of this world. The main focus is salvation. Doing this work, teaching the word, and repenting to Yahweh Shai. This is the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 49. I have come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it be already kindled? So Yahweh Shai is not coming back nice. He's coming back to send fire on the earth. A so-called black man coming back in angelic form, and the chariots are so-called UFOs, which those chariots will shoot laser beams of fire, concentrated heat. That's how that fire is going to be sent upon the earth. So not only will there be a greater deliverance in ancient Egypt of the elected, the children of Israel, but there will also be a great fire sent from the laser beams of the chariots. Not to mention, coupled with that, the scriptures speak about the arrows, like Jeremiah 50:9, which are talking about the nuclear missiles, which will also couple with that fire we just read that the Lord Yahushua is bringing. And the Lord Yahushua will be in control of these missiles and the angels, the holy angels, so that they'll hit their destination. And so that's the great salvation and the great destruction that the Lord Yahushua is bringing. But before that, like we opened up with, what's coming is World War III, destruction of Babylon the Great America, and also a time of trouble like never seen before. And it's good to say Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So that salvation is not going to come until the time of trouble comes. And we're inching closer to the climax of that time. While Trump sits in office, the modern day Nero and the reincarnation of one of the Roman rulers of ancient Rome, which were in the revised Roman system, we believe that Trump is that fierce king. In Isaiah chapter 19, I think it's verse 4, who will break that to bring draconian law and really bring all hell to break loose in the states. And then all these nations, Russia included, and these even European nations, are going to shoot their missiles on America at the end. And so this will all happen during Trump, and that salvation is going to come when those missiles hit. And so, but it's not going to happen until that time of trouble happens. But we know that salvation is the end result leading to the everlasting kingdom of Israel. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, and verse 3. For lo, the days come, said the Lord Yahweh Bashmil Shai, that I will bring again the captivity of my people, Israel and Judah, said the Lord Yahweh Bashmil Shai, and I will cause them to return to the land that I gave unto their fathers, and they shall possess it. And so the Lord Yahweh Bashmil Shai is taking us out of this captivity. And we're going to be brought back to our own land, as we just read in this verse. So the Lord Yahweh Shai is removing this captivity off of us and going to make us the kings of the earth and place us back in our own land. And we just read in Jeremiah 16 chapter, there's going to be that great salvation in the chariots and so-called UFOs, greater than ancient Egypt. And then that's how we're going to be brought back to the land that the Lord Yahweh Shai gave it to our righteous forefathers, Abraham, to Isaac, to Jacob. Read it again, Jeremiah chapter 30 In verse 3, for lo, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashael, that I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel and Judah, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashael, and I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it. So both kingdoms, all 12 tribes, we're no longer going to be in captivity anymore. The Lord Yahweh Bashael is going to bring us back to our own land, and we're going to be the lords of it, and no one's ever going to pluck us up out of that land. And there's not going to be any war learned anymore. There's just going to be that high mountain, that top government ruling over the earth, and these other nations are going to come to us to learn the laws. And they're going to be forced to keep the laws. And so, you can know the scripture. Is Isaiah chapter 14 verse 1. For the Lord Yahweh Bashael will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. Just like we just read in that Jeremiah 30:3. The Lord Yahweh Bashael is going to bring the Israelites back to our own land. So showing you, and that salvation is going to be what brings us back by the Lord Yahweh. The salvation we read in Jeremiah the 16th chapter, the 15th verse, verses 14 to 15. And so we will not be in our own land. We will discontinue from our heritage. We'll be in the uttermost part of the earth, scattered to the ends of the earth, and through all the nations of the earth, through all four corners of the earth. Then the elect will be gathered by the word, and then by the chariots, the so-called UFOs. The ships that the Lord Yahweh is coming back in to gather the elect in Matthew chapter 24, verses 29 to 31, and beam them up. And then get changed, come back down to be the kings of the earth, and go back to our own land, given to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's what we're waiting for. So this kingdom is through. Babylon is falling. In Isaiah the 14th chapter, you read the bulk of it goes into that. The destruction of this place, the destruction of the Edomites. Not to switch topics, but it tells you about how Esau, just touching on it real quick, how Esau went up into the heavens. It tells you that in Isaiah the 14th chapter. In Obadiah, the first chapter, tells you about how Esau went up into the heavens. It's the same thing. Showing you that Isaiah 14 is not fulfilled yet. Because it deals with the Edomites who would go up into the space. Which clearly that did not happen. And the technology was not there. The Lord Yahweh did not give any of these heathen the technology, did not give Esau the technology. It's going to Obadiah 1 to go up into the space and exalt the throne above the stars of the Most High. Before they would had that great destruction. But then another proof is that it will be the Israelites being brought back to our own land by that great salvation. The Israelites being the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Israelite foreigners. So this did not happen yet. There will be a time, there will be a great salvation, greater than ancient Egypt, we read in Jeremiah 16. And that's how the Israelites will be brought back to our own land. You look at these different captivities that we went through, these different kingdoms that were ruled and we were under, from ancient Assyrian, Babylonian, leading up to the ancient Romans, leading up to now today. There was no time where Israel, we as a nation, and both kingdoms specifically, because if it were really that time, both kingdoms would Israel and Judah would be brought back to the land. So there was no time, even without both kingdoms, there was no time when we were in our land and really truly sovereign. And ruling over the other nations with a rod of iron. That never happened. And so this great time that will be back in our own land will be the everlasting kingdom of Israel. A time of trouble like never seen before will have to happen. And that great salvation, the Lord Yahweh would have to come back. Because the Messiah, Yahweh would have to come back the second time. Let's read this again. Isaiah chapter 14 verse 1. For the Lord Yahweh Bashael will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the strangers are Israelites. Technically, we're all strangers as the nation of Israel as a whole, because we're outside of the land. So technically, we're all strangers. So there's such thing as Israelite strangers. There are two types of strangers. There's the strangers that are Israelites outside the land, And there are the strangers that are going to serve us as slaves in the kingdom, which are the actual heathens. It's an important point to understand, just like there are two types of Gentiles. There are the Gentiles of the heathen, the literal heathen of the seed of the heathen, and the Gentile Israelites that became Gentiles through their state of mind, and the Gentile state of mind in the things that they were doing after the heathen customs. So just like there are two types of strangers, there are two types of Gentiles. So there are Gentile Israelites and Israelites that are strangers. That's what this is talking about. Read it again, Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1. For the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Oshar will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And what is that land? Given to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We'll read in Genesis the 15th chapter. What the heathen would be in our land. So before the northern and southern kingdom would be brought back to our own land, we would be in captivity. And the Lord Yahweh will bring us out of that captivity, and we would be under the yoke of the Edomites, the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of, ruling the daughter of Babylon, and would be scattered at the four corners of the earth, and the heathen will be in our own land. So those people that are in the land right now, calling themselves the Jays, the true people, they don't fit any of the Bible prophecies. Where was that great salvation? When was that Isaiah 14:1 fulfilled? When they were brought back to their own land. When did they take them captives as captives they were? They don't have no slaves up there. They're just, why aren't they keeping the Bible? Why aren't they forcing the nations to keep the laws pursuant to Micah the 4th chapter and Isaiah the 2nd chapter? Where's King David? How come the Messiah didn't bring them back in a greater deliverance than ancient Egypt pursuant to Jeremiah 16? Because they're the heathen that fit Ezekiel 36 and 5, where Idumea, the Edomites, the so-called white man, would possess our land. And the Lord Yahweh would eventually destroy them and set Israel back in their own land. From where? The land of the north, America, from the uttermost part of the earth. Acts chapter 1, verses 6 on down. The ends of the earth, Deuteronomy 28 and 64. And all the lands, the nations you be scattered. But what is that land? It's in Genesis the 15th chapter. Dealing with Abraham, whose specialty Yahweh was sharp. With Abraham had great faith, you read about Hebrews the 11th chapter. We're going to sticking to the point that land. This is Genesis chapter 15. Genesis chapter 15 and verse 18. And the same day the Lord Yahweh Bashmi made a covenant with Abram, who would then be named Abraham. Made a covenant with Abram, saying, unto thy seed have I given this land, from the river of Egypt unto the great river, the river Euphrates. So all that is our land. That's what the true children of Israel are going to get. The small hats aren't fulfilling nothing. They're literally not fulfilling any part of the prophecies of the Bible concerning the children of Israel. They're only fulfilling the part of the heathen that will be in our own land. But that's the land from the great river Egypt to the river Euphrates. That is the land that the Lord Yahweh will bring the children of Israel back to in style. The Israelites being the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Israelite foreigners. So that great salvation is coming soon for our people, the Lord's chosen people. And these devils, these small hats are being exposed, and they're about to be rooted up out of that land. And the true soldiers are going to be placed in that land, and we're going to rule the nations with a rod of iron, start with the elect, the Lord's word that number. That elect that will be delivered, that New Jerusalem, the holy city coming down from Yahweh Shah, the Lamb's wife. Back to Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 1. For the Lord Yahweh Shah will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord Yahweh Shai will serve them to handmaids. And they shall take them captives as captives they were. And they shall rule over their oppressors. So it said, we shall take them captives whose captives they were. So the children of Israel, the Lord Yahweh shall bring us back to our own land, and we're going to take these Edomites captives. Those who we were captives under them, take them captives whose captives we were, the scriptures say. So when we get back to our own land after that salvation, we're going to be putting Esau in slavery. We're going to be ruling over these crackers, these devils, these white devils, these red devils, and putting them in slavery, starting with these elites. We're the true children, the true God's chosen people, the children of Israel. So the Lord Yahweh will set us back in our own land, starting with the elect. We're going to take them captives whose captives we were. We're going to take the other nations as slaves as well, all these heathen nations. And Israel's going to be on top. And so showing you, where are the small hats taking them captives whose captives they were? That's not happening. Showing you they're not the people. The Lord Yahweh is not dealing with them. Because they're not the children of Israel. So as a small hat tries to come up, he or she will get confounded in a million ways with the scriptures. Because the scriptures is their kryptonite. Because they profit, their power is lies. The Edomite power is lies. That's why they're that devil, that old serpent, the devil, and that dragon is Satan that came up out of the bottomless pit, which is Europe, in the Renaissance period, after that medieval times where they were in a low basis state, and they came back up to deceive the nations throughout the four quarters of the earth, pursuing the Revelation of the 20th chapter, during the Renaissance period. So that's what Esau does, is puts lies, so that there's nothing that this devil can say that you can believe him. The Lord Yahweh set Esau to be the devil. He set up the 144,000, 12,000 out of each 12 tribes of Israel to tell the truth, which will be this Bible, which cannot be, you can't come up against it because it's the truth of the Lord Yahweh Shai, the one true power. And so, let's keep reading. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord Yahweh Shai for servants and handmaids. So we're going to take these heathen and slaves we're about to read, take them captives whose captives they were. And they shall take them captives whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. And we'll read verse 3 as well. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord Yahweh Shai shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage where thou was made to serve. So who needs rest? The so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans. We need rest in Israelite foreigners. We're in captivity. Esau defiling the food. Esau telling lies. We're going to wake up and go to work for Esau. We're in captivity. It's going to say, arise and depart. This is not our rest. Hebrews 4:9 says there's a rest prepared for the people. Yahweh Shai, roughly paraphrased. So Israel, we're not in our rest right now, but the Lord Yahweh Shai will give us rest once we're back in our own land. And putting these devils in slavery. Let's read it again. Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 3. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord Yahweh Shai shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. And to show you who that rest is for, we read in verse 1, the Lord Yahweh shall have mercy on Jacob, and we yet choose Israel. That's who that rest is for, the Israelites. That's why in Acts chapter 1, verse 6, it said, Lord will at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel. Because that is that rest. When you look at, was it Luke 4, Matthew 4, when Yahweh was reading from Isaiah 64, 61, said, proclaim, roughly paraphrase, preach the tidings of good peace and proclaim liberty to the captives. Who are the captives of the Israelites? It's the same exact thing playing out in these times. That's why the Lord Yahweh is going to have mercy on us, set us back in our own land to take us captives to work. And it starts with His word, and that shows you we're the ones that need rest. Esau is in his heaven in his rulership right now. He doesn't need rest. The children of Israel, we need rest. We need dominion and sovereignty to be able to rule by the laws of our power, Yahweh Shai. We'll read verse 4, Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, how hath the oppressor ceased the golden city ceased, and America is the golden city. So how is the golden city ceased? Babylon is crumbling. America's Babylon the Great, and this place is crumbling. Famine's coming to this place. All hell is going to break loose. AI is going to take the jobs. People are going to be running like crazy, like a chicken with their head chopped off, in utter violence, trying to feed themselves and their families. And the elites are going to try to fill their bellies, as the scriptures say, but they're not going to be able to, concerning chipping everybody with the MOTB or RFID microchip in their New World Order. And that's when the Lord Yahweh Shai will come. That's when the Lord Yahweh Shai will come back to destroy Esau. The Lord Yahweh Shai will have these missiles destroy Babylon the Great and bring that besom of destruction. Let's read that scripture, because that's the end of it, is the complete destruction by fire of this place. Esau going to be swept out of power. Same chapter, Isaiah chapter 14, skipping down to verse 23. I will also make it a possession for the bittern and pools of water, and I will sweep it with the besom of destruction, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashmil of hosts. So the Lord Yahweh Bashmil is going to sweep Babylon, the great America, with the besom of destruction. Going to sweep these devils out of power with that fire. The word besom means broom. That broom being the wall of fire, when the missiles hit, is going to sweep across this whole land and destroy it. That's that besom of destruction. So Esau is going to be swept out of power by that nuclear flame. That's the utter end of Babylon. Babylon is fallen after destruction, become the habitation of devils, the hold of every foul spirit, and the cave to every unclean and hateful bird. After destruction of fire, this place is only going to be inhabited by wild birds. And then we just read the Torah to Israel, we sit back in our own land from the river Egypt to the great river Euphrates, and we're going to take the captives of the word and rule over our oppressors and have rest. So that's what's going to be taking place. America is going to burn. Babylon the Great is America in the Bible, which is going to burn that besom of destruction. And the Israelites are going to be saved and be elect by the Lord Yahweh Shai and be brought back to our own land. So the closing credits of this kingdom are coming. We're at the very end of this of Esau's rulership. It's good to say Esau, the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. So it's going to come at a time of trouble. In the MOTB, World War III, and the Lord Yahweh Shai coming back. And so, let's read, go back to verse 4 again. Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased? So America, this golden city, and his kingdom is fallen. Scriptures say, a house divided cannot stand. America is at complete division. And that's quoted that from Mark the 3rd chapter. Scripture said in Isaiah 19, Egyptian against Egyptian, American against American. Not only is Esau divided in America, but even on a global scale, Russia are Edomites. Who in all the America is ruled by Edomites, and they're divided on that scale as well. And what we're going to see, pursuant Isaiah the 13th chapter, Russia's going to shoot their missiles on this place. It doesn't matter what happens. All these nations are being gathered to the Valley of Yehoshaphat, the Middle East, the Valley of Jehoshaphat, the Most High Judgment. And then eventually Russia and these other nations are going to shoot their missiles on America. And if you can't see that through the Spirit, then maybe you're not the elect. Could these wicked Israelites, these 2/3, they don't have the spiritual eyes to see. They're just up on cloud 9. Not occupied in these prophecies. So they don't believe, they don't have the faith. But what the words the brothers are speaking out on the highways and byways on these video lessons is going to come to pass. But it's the words of the Bible, the words of Yahweh Shai. Russia will shoot their missiles on this place, along with these other nations as well. Let's go back to that Jeremiah. And the earth is going to reel to and fro like a drunkard. Let's get that scripture. The tail end fits as well. In Isaiah chapter 24, verse 20, the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage. So that is the destruction of Esau, the earth reeling to and fro like a drunkard. From those missiles, bringing that besom of destruction, the Lord Yahweh Shah bringing that missiles, which are going to destroy Babylon. The earth is going to shake, there are going to be tsunamis, and reel to and fro like a drunkard, that great destruction, which we need salvation from. So it says, Isaiah chapter 24, verse 20, the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and in that salvation, the elect of Israel will be brought back to her own land. The Lord's will will that number. And shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. So what does it mean when it said it shall fall and not rise again? Because when Esau is taken out of power, he's never coming back into power. So what does that mean for the children of Israel? That means we good. We're going to take them captives as captives we were. Esau going to stay in that state. Is this the man that made the earth tremble? Back in Isaiah 14. Going to look at Esau like, is this the man? He's going to be in that lower state in the kingdom. The so-called white man is going back into slavery. The Edomites of the Bible. The true children of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans. And we're going to put these devils, the Lord Yahweh Shah will give Israelites the spiritual power to put the Edomites in slavery. How is that possible? It's through the Messiah, the Lord Yahweh Shah, coming back to take these devils down. Really, the Lord Yahweh Shah taking these devils down completely. And the Messiah is going to do it, and these missiles are going to do it. And it's the word of the Heavenly Father. So when Esau falls out of power, he's never going to come back into power again. He's going to stay in slavery. Under the children of Israel, pursuing Obadiah chapter 1, verse 18, he's going to be completely extinct. And that only applies to the Edomites, the so-called white man. Again, Obadiah chapter 1, verse 18. Read it. For you naysayers. So there's going to be that great destruction of Esau, and they will fall and not rise again. So what did that mean for the children of Israel? We're going to be brought back to our own land. We're going to be good. Affliction shall not rise up the second time. If these Edomites ain't never going to touch their hands on us again. The Lord Yahweh Shah is breaking that yoke off our necks. Which will go back to that Jeremiah 30. But first, let's get this. Bear with me, Baba Bashar. It's in Nahum chapter 1 and verse 9. What do ye imagine against the Lord Yahweh Shah? He will make an utter end. Affliction shall not rise up the second time. So affliction shall not rise up the second time, meaning the children of Israel were never going into slavery again. So there ain't going to be no heathen nation that rises up against us to try to take us down or to take us down. So these Edomites, they're never going to get their hands on us, although they would want to, but they ain't going to do it. It ain't going to happen. Affliction shall not rise up the second time. Just like the Lord Yahweh Shah had Esau stuck in that bottomless pit, it could be the same thing with them in our kingdom, for them being in captivity. The Lord Yahweh Shah is going to keep them in captivity because establish Israel as the kings of the earth and put the Edomites in captivity under us. The scriptures say the elder shall serve the younger. Meaning, back in Genesis 25, at the birth of Jacob and Esau. Meaning that Esau would be our servants, our slaves in the kingdom, the servants and slaves to Jacob. The elder shall serve the younger. So that's Esau's role, is to serve us. We're just in this backward position because we sinned against the Lord Yahweh Shah. And it's all through prophecy. But the prophecy say the Lord Yahweh Shah will have mercy on Jacob, yet choose Israel, and set us back in our own land, starting with the elect. So that's what we're waiting for. The time of trouble like never seen before is going to happen. World War III and the RFID microchip, the mark of the beast implant mandate. And we're in these times right now. So that's how we know the Lord Yahweh Shah is bringing that great salvation that we opened up with in Jeremiah the 16th chapter. And it's coming soon. We're in these times right now. And so affliction is not going to rise up a second time. This man's system is going to go down. The earth is going to reel to and fro like a drunkard. Kind of missiles hitting Babylon the Great, which is America. 200 million warheads are going to hit this place and completely burn it with fire. The elect will be beamed up into the chambers, brought back to which are the so-called UFOs, brought back to our own land, and we're going to rule the earth. Those who are the elect. But all Israel is going to be in the kingdom eventually. And so even those that die on this side, the Esau is going to be in slavery to other nations. The Esau will be cut off and extinct. This is Obadiah 1 and 18. Let's read this again. This is Nahum chapter 1 and verse 9. What do ye imagine against the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yoshai? He will make an utter end. Affliction shall not rise up the second time. So not only is Esau, when he falls, is not rising up again, but affliction is not going to rise up again. Because Esau and these other nations are going to be taken out of power, and the children of Israel is going to stay in power. The saints in the Most High, from Daniel chapter 7, verse 18, to be joint heirs of Yahweh Shai. And the only saints of the children of Israel is from the Psalms 50 and 5, those that made a covenant by sacrifice with the Lord Yahweh Shai, and Psalms 148 and 14, the children of Israel. And so the Lord said we will never be carried away into captivity again. So this is the true good news. Showing you this good news only for the Israelites, starting with the elect. It's not, there are two sides of the coin, the salvation and the destruction. His word's always been for Jacob. Always been a chosen lineage of the sons of God, which are now the 12 tribes of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, the Israelite foreigners. There would be Baba Kushar. This is Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The Edomites is Esau, the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of. What's your future look like? We're going to read it. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. What's that cup? It's talking about slavery. So you Edomites who have been in power, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. Edom is the wicked. Malachi chapter 1 verse 4, with your blessing and the foundness of the earth. You Edomites are going to drink of that cup, are going to go into slavery. So the rule of terror of the so-called white man, the Edomites, is up. And the Lord Yahweh is going to bring an end to it and put the Edomites in slavery. But you got chocolate covered Edomites as well. It's by the seed of the father. So you even got our so-called black Edomites running around. Because their dad could have seed of their father is a so-called white man. And so you got to think about that as well. That's the wheat and the tares. Because the tares look like the wheat, but the tares being the Edomites that look like Israelites. Because they have heathen fathers and laid with our women from the period of slavery. So that's where that spiritual eye comes in. So those Edomites, they're going to be destroyed here in America, Babylon the Great. They're going to be back in slavery as well. Let's read this again. Lamentations chapter 4, verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. So this is talking about the whole nation of Edom. Every single Edomite, starting with the top banking elites to the regular Joe six-pack cracker, is this what this is talking about? That dwellest in the land of Uz, the cup also shall pass through unto thee, meaning slavery. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. So Israel, we drink of that cup in Jeremiah the 49th chapter says, they whose judgment was not to drink of that cup have assuredly drunken. But now it's Esau's turn to drink of that cup and go into slavery. It's only fair. And and these Edomites try to come up with an argument, well, that's not fair. And try to just spew some bullshit, BS. But if God's chosen people went into captivity, They whose judgment was not to drink of that cup wanted drank the cup wanted the slavery. So what would stop Edom, the son of perdition, that vessel of wrath fitted to destruction, the wicked reserved for the day of destruction? What would stop the Lord Yahweh from putting you in slavery, the people that the Most High hates? It's in Romans chapter 9, verse 13, Esau. Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. So what would stop the Edomites from going into slavery? Is the answer nothing. So there's no argument against the scriptures. Lamentations chapter 4, verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. The verse 22. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. So the children of Israel were going to be that again. He is making the noise right now. Read it again. Lamentations chapter 4, verse 22. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. So the children of Israel were never going into captivity again. The so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans are about to be free from this captivity, from all the lies and all the persecution and all the hatred of this devil that these Edomites had towards us, and all the violence that they put on us. The children of Israel, we're about to be rulers of the earth and the kings of the earth. Be no more carried away into captivity. This is what we had to look forward to, but that captivity that comes going to go to the Edomites, the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of. Let's read it again. Lamentations chapter 4, verse 22. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. So the deliverance and salvation is for the children of Israel, and the destruction is for the Edomites, as well as the wicked of our people and the rest of the heathen nations. And so all these things are about to be turned upside down. The current kings of the earth, all these heathen nations, the Lord Yahushua, his so-called black man, the Messiah, is going to come back to take the current kings out of power and to set up the children of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans. That's that parable of Lazarus and the rich man. Lazarus is the Israelites, again, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans in a poor state, who would then become the kings of the earth. And the rich man is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of, who fared sumptuously every day, is living large, living lavishly, fared sumptuously. But then he would find himself in hell, meaning slavery, in a low condition. His heaven played out on the earth in his rulership, and his hell is going to play out on earth in his slavery, drinking that cup. Even these top banking elites, as it says in Psalm chapter 149, to bind their kings with chains and nobles with fetters of iron. So the children of Israel, starting with the elect, are going to actually put these elites in slavery. They ain't nothing but like in the spittle. They're just heathen that the Lord Yahweh gave the earth into their hands for a time. As it says, Job 9:24, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. Edom is the wicked, pursuing Malachi chapter 1, verse 4. Daniel chapter 4, verse 17. So the Lord Yahweh set up the basis of men. Look at the Edomites. So the Lord Yahweh set up the Edomites into power, and the Lord Yahweh has the power to take that power away from them. And that's the times that we're living in, the transition of eons from Esau to Jacob. Again, 2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 9 says Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. So that's the transition that the prophets represent as well, teaching the mysteries of the kingdom of Yahweh that the Lord Yahweh speaks of. Because what is the mysteries of the kingdom? What is the kingdom? The kingdom means dominion. The dominion of who? Of Jacob. Going back to Jacob's blessing. It says, be Lord over thy brethren, thy mother's son shall bow down unto thee. Genesis 25, the elder shall serve the younger. Jacob has always been written to have the dominion in the end, which will be an everlasting dominion. That's why that new covenant, where the law is written in the inward parts, is only for the house of Israel and the house of Judah. It's the weirdest thing that these wacky-tacky Christians will come up to you and talk about a new covenant like that defends them, when you actually go to the scripture in Jeremiah, the Old Testament and the New Testament, mind you, Jeremiah, the 31st chapter, and Hebrews chapter 8, verse 8, tells you that the new covenant is only for the house of Israel and the house of Judah. So it's funny, these wacky-tacky Christians, they don't know, they have no clue what they're talking about. But let me get this scripture if I can find it. Here it is. This is 1 Samuel, the first book of Samuel, chapter 2, and verse 8. He raises up the poor out of the dust, and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among princes, and to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth of the Lord Yahweh Shai, and he has set the world upon them. So the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to set up the Israelites who are in the lowest state, in the state of Lazarus the beggar in that parable. The Lord Yahweh Shai is going to take us up under the state where we're under the curses, take the curses off of us, put them on the curse of slavery that we went through on these other nations, pursuant to Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. And the children of Israel, the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to set us up back in our own land to be the kings of the earth. Let's read this again. This is 1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 8. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust, and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill, talking about Israel, to set them among princes, and to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth of the Lord Yahweh Shai, and he has set the world upon them. So the Lord Yahweh Shai has the ability and will make it come to pass for the children of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, this lowest state that we're in, this poor state, to raise us up to have all the riches of the earth. And even the space travel. And it says, and I think it's John 14, if I'm correct, I might be wrong, my Father's house has many mansions going into the space, which is also prepared for the children of Israel and the everlasting kingdom. So being an Israelite, going to that promise to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that's when we get in the kingdom. The promise is for Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to the 12 tribes of Israel, to the children of Israel. And so that entails what? The kingdom. That's what the promises to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob entail. And so that is exactly what's going to happen. It's a blessed thing to be the children of Israel. That's the true blessed nation. It may not look like it, but that's exactly what this word represents. Yahweh Shai taught that, the mysteries of the kingdom. And that's what the prophets are back here teaching, that the translation of the kingdom is the dominion of Jacob that's coming. And so these heathen nations, they're about to find their fate. Because the Lord Yahweh Shai, all the scriptures that you read from Genesis to Revelations, the kings of the earth born in the last times, they will be completely taken down. On the Lord Yahweh Shai's head are many crowns. Because when he comes back, he's coming to take the positions of the rulers of the earth. That's what the Lord Yahweh Shai is coming to do. To take down all the positions of the rulers of the earth and to take his place on the throne. And to take down the Edomites. Isaiah chapter 63 verse 1 and 2. And on down, who is this that coming from Edom with dyed garments from Barzil? So the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to come back to destroy these Edomites and deliver the children of Israel. And we know that a time of trouble is going to happen before that. World War III and the MOTB, a time of job loss, time of famine. Esau coming down with great wrath because he knows he's a short time. Martial law. Daniel 12:1, a time of trouble, not since there was a nation. All these things must come to pass. Like the scriptures say, wars and rumors of wars. All these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet, because the MOTB still has to be fulfilled and its fullness, where no man literally will be able to buy or sell without taking that microchip. It's from Revelation 13, 16, and 17, which the elect won't take that chip even unto deletion, unto death, to die for righteousness, which then you will then inherit the kingdom. But the MOTB got to come to pass before the true downfall of Esau, and the Lord Yahweh Shai comes back with the second death to bring the destruction to Esau. The second death being the modern day flood. The first death is the flood. The second death is the nuclear missiles that will destroy Babylon the Great. But and so the Lord Yahweh Shai coming to take his place on the throne and to bring the children of Israel, deliver them and bring them back to their own land. And now it's time for you heathen to pay. Let's go back to Jeremiah. Hey, show him Malaki how much I'm guitar. Show him to any of y'all keep watching as well. Hey, it's water for the princess, Malaki. Let me get one of those real quick. I'll read it from here. Isaiah chapter 34, verse 10 in the NLT. That's fire. This judgment on Edom will never end. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. The smoke of its burning will rise forever. The land will lie deserted from generation to generation. No one will live there anymore. That's fire. That's fire, to water. Because the land of Edom is America, Babylon the Great. This place, the smoke is going to go up for a long time, not literally forever. This is that great whore in Revelation, the 19th chapter. That smoke going to burn for a long time. The whore, the great whore, corrupted the earth with her fornication and avenged the blood of the servants at her hand. Roughly quoting Revelation 19:2. So that's showing you. Oh, got 11 in there too. Read verse 11, Isaiah chapter 34 and 11 in the NLT. It will be haunted by the desert owl and the screech owl. Babylon the Great is fallen, and the different wild birds going to have this place. Revelation 18:2. And the screech owl, the great owl, and the raven, for Yahweh Bashmi Oshai will measure that land carefully. He will measure it for chaos and destruction. A Kolo Yahweh Bashmi Oshai. Showing you that smoke that goes up forever just means a long time. That nuclear missiles, because then the birds are going to inhabit this place, which is a cut on the Wacky Tag Christian's hell doctrine, because ain't no birds going to go inhabit hell. They're going to inhabit the land of Edom, as it just said, that will be destroyed. That's beautiful, Malak Tabata, bro. That's one of my favorite couple precepts in the NLT hits. So that's the time that we're coming into. The destruction of Edom, of Idumea in Isaiah the 34th chapter. Who is Edom, the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of, who has ran around the four corners of the earth, raping, robbing, and pillaging all the nations of the earth, including the children of Israel, which are the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, and that reign of terror is about to come to an end. And the end is going to be when Russia shoots their missiles on this place in the midst of World War III, which we're in that time now. Gog and Magog are being turned back with hooks in their jaws. The modern-day Medes are going to shoot their bows on Babylon the Great. It will come to pass. We're just waiting for that to happen. We got 100% faith that it's going to happen. Because Babylon must be destroyed like Sodom and Gomorrah, as pursuing Isaiah the 13th chapter. But I was going to go back to Jeremiah chapter 30. Back to Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 3. For lo, the days come, said the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Oshai, that I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel and Judah, said the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Oshai. And I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it. So the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Oshai will bring both kingdoms, the northern and southern kingdom, Israel and Judah, from their state of captivity, and bring us back to our own land. We're going to take them captives as captives we were and rule over our oppressors. And the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Oshai will give us rest, pursuant to that Isaiah chapter 14 we read after this. Then we'll skip down. Keep reading Jeremiah chapter 30 verse 4. And these are the words that the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Oshai spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus said the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Oshai, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. So men don't have birth pains, but it's talking about every man with his hands on his loins is a woman in travail, showing you how bad these times are going to get. The scripture say even the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. So even these military men, their boxes are going to be turned into skirts or panties. Even these military men, the mighty men shall cry there bitterly. So how much more these Babylonian simps when this time of Jacob's trouble comes. Read it again, Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 6. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands in his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. So a time of trouble like never seen before is coming. Famines, martial law, teeth of wild beasts, all that leads to the Yahushua coming back to the nuclear destruction as we read. Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. So this time of trouble, we're not even compared to 70 AD, or not even compared to slavery in its magnitude of greatness of time of trouble. That's the time of trouble we're entering into. So that's why we must fear Yahweh Shai and return to him before it's too late. Because the scriptures say, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. So those who don't want to repent to the Lord Yahweh Shai will suffer hunger and famine by the Lord Yahweh Shai in these times to come. But the servants who repented, the scripture says, seek the Lord while he may be found, and call ye upon him, the Lord Yahweh Shai, while he is near. Well, the wicked of our people didn't do that. So they ain't going to eat in the times, but the servants of the Lord Yahweh Shai will eat. Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. So it's the time of Jacob's trouble. Jacob is the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans. That's who this time of trouble is geared towards, you wicked Israelites that don't want to get right. It's going to be the last time the Lord Yahweh Shai comes down on Jake, and then they'll be born back in the kingdom under the new covenant in immortality and righteousness. But there's going to be one more time when the Lord Yahweh Shai comes up against you wicked Israelites and brings that hard judgment like never seen before too. So it's going to be grievous, so don't be surprised when these things happen. Speaking to myself first and foremost. But we know exactly what the scriptures say. And for the elect, the wisdom and knowledge and the stability of that times. We know that wicked Jake have to be deleted. And we know exactly that the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to do it by famine, teeth of wild beasts, by the hand of Esau with the sword, consecration camps, whatever it may be. All that good stuff. And we know they'll be back in the kingdom later, so show them pity for them, and certainly don't pray for them. As it says in Jeremiah 11, pray not for these people. Let's go there real quick. But we're going to get verse 11. So tell them Jacob's trouble. But these heathen are going to be caught up in it as well. Don't get it twisted. This is Jeremiah chapter 11, verse 11. Therefore thus said the Lord Yahweh Shai, behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape. And though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them. So in that time of Jacob's trouble, that's the time of evil that the Lord Yahweh Shai is bringing. Famine, martial law, and all that good stuff. And so Jake's going to cry to the Lord, the wicked Jake that didn't repent, but they're not going to be able to escape those evils, and the Lord Yahweh Shai will not answer them. Because they did not seek the Lord Yahweh Shai while he may be found, and called ye upon him while he is near. It's in Isaiah chapter 55, around verse 6. So let's read that again. Jake is not going to have no remedy in these times to come. Neither is Babylon the Great. There's all going to be evils and destruction, which the prophets prophesied is war, evil, and pestilence. This one in Jeremiah the 28th chapter. This is Jeremiah chapter 11, and verse 11. Therefore thus said the Lord Yahweh Shai, behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape. There's no escaping this evil's wicked Jake. And though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them. So the Lord Yahweh Shai is not going to hearken unto you wicked so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, no matter how hard you cry unto him when the evils come. Because you took his word as a joke. That Proverbs, the first chapter. Let's go back to Jeremiah chapter 30. Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of that. He being Jacob, elected Jacob. So it's that none is like it. A time of trouble I've never seen before. The time of Jacob's trouble, that trouble is coming to so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, but the elected Jacob will be saved from that time of trouble. And the Lord Yahweh Shah is going to be doing the saving, that great deliverance out of the land of Egypt, the greater deliverance in the land of Egypt, or from the land of the north, and all the lands will be scattered, pursuant to Jeremiah the 16th chapter, verses 14 and 15. The great destruction of Edom, which is the great salvation of Israel, and the beloved apostle to heart. Brent Milster, one of the older apostles, coined this year as the year of the hopeful year, roughly paraphrased, of the destruction of Edom, and the salvation of Israel. So Lord Yahweh Shah willing, it comes to pass this year, which it very well could. With all the MOTB, all these digital IDs, Esau is making his plans known. This migrant situation, the mark of the beast, the archive relationship, all hell is breaking loose. World War III in the Middle East. Things are not getting better, they're getting worse. Jacob's going to find out. Reading down Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 8. For it shall come to pass in that day, said the Lord Yahweh Shah of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. And so, we're no longer going to be in captivity anymore. These heathen are no longer going to reign over us, but the Lord Yahweh Shah is going to bring us back to our own land, and we're going to reign over them. We're going to be free from this captivity, and the Lord Yahweh Shah is going to allow us to put these heathen in slavery, and to rule over them with a rod of iron, starting with the Lord Yahweh Shah. And if you don't think the Lord is with that, you went with the scriptures. The Lord Yahweh Shah himself, it says in Psalms the 2nd chapter, the heathen are his inheritance, shall break them in pieces with the potter's vessel. Roughly paraphrased. So the Lord, the Messiah, so-called black man, is coming back to put all the heathen nations in slavery and set up the children of Israel to rule with him and put the heathen in slavery. Read it again, Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 8. For it shall come to pass in that day, said the Lord Yahweh Shah of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. But they shall serve the Lord Yahweh Shah their God, their power, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them. So King David has an everlasting throne on a king's seat, which is going to be under the Lord Yahweh Shah. King David is going to rule again. That's why this is the house of David being built back as in the days of old, pursuant to Amos chapter 9, verse 11. The same men who were with David in the reincarnation in those times are back in the reincarnation in these times in this truth. Lord's will, that's us. But we know it's the elders, the apostles, great millstone on down who rule well. In Ezekiel 37, at the bottom of that chapter, also tells you how King David will have his place in the sea as well. And the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to rule, and King David is going to rule, and then the elected Israel, and the rest of Israel will be back in the kingdom. And what happened in the time of King David? It was pure hell on the heathen. So the same thing is going to come back with the house of David ruling in these times, to rule the nations with a rod of iron. Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 9. But they shall serve the Lord Yahweh Shai their God, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them. Verse 10. Therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, saith the Lord Yahweh Shai. Neither be dismayed, O Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return, and shall be in rest, and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid. So that's exactly what we're looking for. The salvation leading to the kingdom. And so I hope that was edifying. And I'll give all praise, all the glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim HaKadosh. Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father, the ancient Hebrew. Yahweh Shai is the true name of his only begotten Son. Double honor to those apostles of great millstone who rule well, and shalom to the elect. Shalom Akiyam, Yahweh Shabbat Shabbat